ठीक है। ओ लेकिन ये तो बहुत ही बड़ा आएगा, ये तो लेट्स सी।
तो उसको पेयर कर देते हो, 3 को पेयर कर देते हो।
हाँ यस। ये कितना आएगा? 31 बिलियन मुझे
3.16
3.1 अब पूरे जीरो से निकाल सकते हैं। 3 1 कितने जीरोस हैं? 8 जीरोस हैं।
10 zeros
या 0.1 कह रहे थे।
हाँ पॉइंट है तो 9 हो जाएगा।
9 जीरोस हैं।
हाँ
अब 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8
तो वहाँ पे भी नहीं।
और ये तो
अभी तक नहीं है।
तो बहुत बुरा है। और ये तो जिंदगी है, ये तो बहार है। क्या बात है ना? आपको वैसे कुछ पता लगना लग गया है, कुछ ना आपको ज़हन में वो शैतानी आ गई है। ये कुछ होने जा रहा है ना? आ रहे ना ज़हन में? एक दो तीन चार
10 पर 10 कर देते हैं, वैसे ही 10 पर 10 कर देते हैं। हाँ सही। 5 × 10 पावर
9 9 18 17 है।
हाँ जी 17 है।
यहाँ पे कितने दिन हुआ है? 30
नहीं कर लेते ना यहाँ वैल्यू डालते हैं। 1000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 रेज़ टू पावर 9
1000 into
10 रेज़ टू पावर 9 की पावर 1.5
10 raised to the power 9
9 into 1.5
into 3 over 2.
yes
Yes?
yes
That becomes 27 को 2 से तकसीम करें
14.5 13.5
13.5 13 14 15 16
yes
so 16.5. ये क्या हुआ है? ये क्या हुआ है? कुछ हुआ है? मुझे लगता है गलती हुई है, मुझे लगता है गलती हुई है।
10 रेज़ पावर 15 कर लेते 20 कर लेते
गलती हुई होगी।
थर्टी 33 हो जाएगा। 40
कितना हो जाएगा?
40
नहीं 20 और 20 40 और 39। ये क्या हुआ?
ये क्या कर रहे हो?
60 को 2 से तकसीम करें 30। ये क्या हुआ? 9 ज़रा 3 बटा 2 20 ज़रा 3 बटा 2 60 बटा 2 30 कैसे? हमने वो गलती तो नहीं करती इसकी? और ये 33 हो गया टोटल। पूरी 30 है? नहीं अंदर 30 आ जाएगी ना, और ये 3 जीरो है। और ये जो है बड़ा हो गया, ये बहुत बड़ा हो गया।
और सामने
मुझे लगता है हम कोई गलती कर रहे हैं, आई डोंट नो। Let's try one more. Let's for that this will become 45 और 48 48 हो जाएगा।
48.
48 और दूसरा वाला
5 into 10 is power 59.
59.
Okay. क्या हुआ? आई एम लॉस्ट, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही। मेरा ख्याल था कि ये बड़ा सही था, बेहतरीन था, नजर आ रहा है मसाज। ये हम कैलकुलेशन करते हुए गलती कर रहे हैं मेरे ख्याल में, है ना?
गलती तो नहीं की हमने.
गलती नहीं है?
नहीं.
ऐसे दोनों का डालें, उसमें डिफरेंस ज़्यादा आता है.
मेरे ख्याल में ये हुआ, मेरे ख्याल में, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. When the input become very, very large, this reduction is not a big reduction. When input become very, very large, the square of it becomes so large that if you half it, I mean you reduce the square, that reduction is not a big reduction. समझ आ रही? As compared to n square, n raised to 1.5 as compared to n square is so small for that n, big N, that this scale is not a big scale. Make sense?
Yes.
And if you say, okay, no, this is this scale, not that one. If you move a little more, you will notice this scale is not a big scale and this reduction is not a big reduction. Just increase it. Make sense? Can you visualize this now? And further. Even if you add an n here or a 4n here, still this will be. Why is that? Let me prove it mathematically. Let us go to some sophistication. Let me tell you, even if I add a 4n here, for large inputs it will stay good. Let's see how. You already have agreed that a constant multiple doesn't matter for large inputs. If that constant multiple is 100, 1000, 102, whatever, for large inputs it is not the constant that matters. Fine? You agree to this? Yes, no?
Yes.
अगर agree नहीं है तो we can debate, no problem. Agree? Everyone agrees? For large inputs, the constant multiples, they are not so important. They are not something to focus on. समझ आ रही है ना? They just become negligible. Now this is not a constant multiple. I mean this is something. This is not a constant. This is not a constant. If I add a non-constant inside, it should have some impact. There's constants, they are bad. I mean not bad. For large inputs, they are uninfinited.
They fade away. They fade away.
They fade away and they are just neglected and just fade away. Make sense? But this is not a constant. Let's say 4 is not there. Let's just add n. When n becomes bigger, plus n, because now you are adding a very big thing, n becomes bigger. We are thinking about large inputs. Large inputs means the value of n is very, very large. Great. The value of n is very, very large. Then this number, which was smaller than this number for large inputs, when you add a large number to it, it should become large. I'm not adding a constant. समझ आ रही है? This does not happen. Let's see how.
So you're saying even if you add a quantity which is
Not a constant.
not a constant, even that doesn't matter.
Even that doesn't.
Acha.
That's what client is thinking. When you say order n square, I mean we are going to come here. We will, right after 5 minutes, you will all be saying this is order n square. Inshallah. Let's see. Unfortunately, we have no break now. We will continue to do. Let me assume this as a constant, a very big constant, whatever that is. Let's say C1 n raised to the power 1.5. Whatever that constant is, you now know it doesn't matter as compared to this. Yes? Yes? Now I write n here. Whatever that constant is, bigger or smaller, this is going to be good when n was not there. Let's say now n is there. Assume for a moment that adding n makes it very, very large. Assume for a moment that adding n inside makes this thing extremely large, even larger than this. Let's see. Let's say even larger than this. I mean, we just add n and that makes everything explode off. Yes? But that means you have to agree that this thing, whatever that larger thing is, this is smaller than this thing. You have to agree with this. I mean, n ऐड करने से जो धमाका हुआ है, अगर n रेस पर 1.5 ऐड कर देता तो और बड़ा हो जाता। तो आप जरा ये देखें, अगर मैं n रेस पर 1.5 ऐड करूँ तो ये होगा क्या? नहीं, adding n cannot, I mean, push it to grow better than just multiplying a constant with it, a different constant. मैंने n ऐड किया है ना, n ऐड किया है, अच्छा अगर मैं n रेस पर 1.5 ऐड कर देता तो अब तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाता, कुछ भी नहीं है, कांस्टेंट चेंज हो रहा था बस।
तो तुम कह रहे हो वहाँ पर वो जो 100,000 जो भी लिखा होता है उसकी जगह बस +1 एक और ऐड हो जाए।
The constant multiple just changes. So this n again is, I mean, this n is there or it is not there, doesn't matter. What matters is n raised to 1.5, n square. These two things. मेरी बात समझ में आ रही? Yes, no. Good to go. So when writing the analysis, these are not the constant additions, these are not the constant multiplications that matter. What matters is the highest growing function. In this case, n raised by 1.5 and n. In these two, this is the highest growing function, and this will dominate this thing. For large inputs, n raised by 1.5 is so big that adding n to it doesn't change anything, roughly. Make sense? And this n square is so big that 1 over 2, or if you subtract an n from here, I mean 1 over 2 n square is so big, let's subtract n from it. Doesn't change anything. This constant will reduce to 1.2 से ये constant reduce होकर कुछ और हो जाएगा. समझ आ रही? So moral lesson. Constant multipliers and constant additions and the lower order terms in the expression. If you open up the expression, there are so many terms. One term will be the highest one. The rest of the terms will be the lower order terms. You can just delete the lower order terms. You can just forget about the constants and pick the very highest going term alone. That defines the learning term. When, for large inputs, who cares about the small inputs today? Input is going without bounds. You agreed to this at the very start of the lecture. Yes? So can you tell me what is the growth rate of this? M square. M square. I mean, open up everything. You will get something n square plus something n plus something. And the important thing is n square. Rest of the things are they're not important for large inputs. समझ आ रही है? For large inputs, machine is not an important thing. For very large inputs, this is not the machine you should care for. It is just a constant multiplier. Machine आपकी Core i7 है, ये Core 2 U है, it will just change the constant multiplication. Does it matter for large inputs? No. समझ आ रही है? So, dear students, we are going to analyze the code without caring for the underlying machine, without caring for parallel processors थे नहीं थे, as long as the number of processors are fixed, constant. Not caring all these things. And that's what we mean by summarized analysis. People do not call it summarized analysis. People just, this analysis type is so beautiful. I mean, just you have a lengthy expression and you just, after 2 or 3 test runs, you will not even make these expressions. You will see the core with the n square and समझ आ रही? This kind of analysis is technically named as asymptotic analysis. Asymptotic analysis. It has its own math. It has its own notations. Learning these notations is good because then you can communicate with the rest of the people who are working in this field. If you do not learn the notations, you will understand your code. You will analyze your code. But you will not be able to communicate with the community. समझ आ रही? So this is good to learn the notations to communicate with the rest of the community. Make sense? So let's learn those. We have half an hour, and half an hour is just okay. सही है जी? चलें आगे? Good, great. motivation to understand these things. Because अगर आप इस 2.5 घंटे के बगैर इस चीज़ को समझने की कोशिश करते हैं तो समझ शायद जाते हैं, लेकिन गुस्सा आपको बड़ा था कि आप क्या समझ रहे हैं. अब शायद things will become exciting. फर्ज करें आपके पास दो एल्गोरिथम्स हैं. एक का रनिंग टाइम है t1n. Obviously this t1n will be some expression. t1n will be some lengthy expression, 2n square plus 3n minus 4, let's say. And t2n might be 55n cube plus 6, let's say. Yes? You want to check which one is better for large inputs. One good and very fast way is to make the table. Make the table on and on and on and on. This is not a fast way, है ना? Making table for n is equal to 1. इसका ये है actually. For n is equal to 2. बना देना. So bad thing. There should be a quick way to check which one is faster. है ना? There should be a test. Given two functions, there should be a test. Given two functions, there should be a function that tells which one is greater. For large inputs. For large inputs. ये मैं बार-बार कह रहा हूँ large inputs. समझ आ रही? People have suggested that whatever two functions you have, just take the ratio and evaluate this ratio for large inputs. How to write large things in math. N is very large. How to write this in math? No. Approaches infinity. N tends to infinity. Yes? And then you limit it. I mean, infinity को tend करने के लिए limit it infinity पे जाएगा. Limit n tends to infinity. Because you are going to apply arithmetic on n. You want to cancel n with n. You want to add n with n. With infinities you cannot do it. If you limit the number to not go towards infinity, but you allow it to go as far as possible, that's what we call limit n tends to infinity. And this is how you express extremely large numbers in mathematics. So, I mean, this is not a horrible thing. This is just n is going on and you allow it to go, but then you do not allow it to go to something that is not उस पे आप कोई मैथमेटिक्स अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते, उसको किसी के साथ ऐड नहीं कर सकते, कैंसिल नहीं कर सकते. You want your number to be limited to the level where you can apply math to it, where you can apply arithmetic to it. You can add two such numbers, very big numbers. So limit n tends to infinity. Some people write, actually most of the people write, limit n tends to infinity. Do you know who introduced the limits?
Yes.
Who?
सही नहीं आता.
मैंने किसने इंट्रोड्यूस की?
Who discovered the limits? Newton, Isaac Newton. Newton discovered the limits. In parallel, I should not go into that. Then Newton discovered this. There is another guy named as Leibniz who discovered the same kind of stuff. And that's why Leibniz and Newton, they both, आज भी किसी को नहीं पता कैलकुलस लेबनिज ने बनाई थी कि न्यूटन ने बनाई. दोनों ने इंडिपेंडेंटली बनाई है और एक जैसी चीज़ें बनाई. उसमें जो मेन कंट्रीब्यूशन लिमिट के वाले से वो न्यूटन का. Anyway, अच्छा अगर आप गौर से देखें, ये कोई फंक्शन है, ये कोई फंक्शन, ये t minus t है, this is time function. How much time will you spend when n is this, and this is time function. If you take this ratio and evaluate this ratio for large inputs, only 3 of the possibilities will happen. Either this ratio will tend to, अब equal नहीं लिखते पर tend लिख देते हैं, जब ये tend कर रहा है तो ये tend करेगा, वैसे equal भी लिखते हैं, that's fine. Either this ratio will tend to 0, either this ratio will tend to some constant, some non-zero constant. non-zero constant, or the ratio will tend to infinity. In each of the case, you will get to know which function is larger than the other, which function is better than the other. Better function is smaller one. इसका time कम चलेगा, वो smaller है ना. Okay, if the ratio goes to zero, what happens? What actually has happened? अगर ये ratio zero जा रही है, इसका मतलब है ये number इतना बड़ा हो चुका है. For large n, this thing is so large. I mean, a very small number. Whatever number, 10 over that is equal to what?
Almost.
Anna? Yes. Anna? I mean, if this ratio goes to 0, that means the T1, the numerator, is better. Much better. Make sense? Yes? If the ratio goes to infinity, then the denominator is better. Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
And if the ratios stay fixed, for very large inputs, the ratio stays some fixed number, then both are just equal. Which whenever you pick, it is just a matter of the machine on which you will run eventually. समझ आ रही है? So, if this limit goes to 0, then whatever your numerator was, that's better. If this limit goes to infinity, then the numerator is better. If the limit goes to a constant, then both are same or equivalent. No one should be preferred on the rest in asymptotic sense. समझ आ रही है? Let's see some examples. समझ आ रही है? है ना? थोड़ा सा रहेगा.
हम वही एग्जांपल पहले कर लें जो तुमने पहले की थी.
Yes.
n की पावर 1.5 हाफ 1. लिमिट n टेंड्स टू
लिमिट n टेंड्स टू इन्फिनिटी. तो प्लीज फोकस कीजिएगा. ये अगर आप स्किप करेंगे ना ये वाली चीज, तो फिर ये स्किप होगी. So आप yes, if n goes and on and on and on and on, its square root does also.
So this means if it tends to infinity, it means the lower term is.
If it tends to infinity, that means the upper thing was larger.
Yes.
And this is larger. That means this is better. Denominator is better. समझ आ रही है? And this will stay true if you add some constants here. When you evaluate the limit, the constants will go away. Simply. समझ आ रही है? Let's do more examples. Let's see this. Again. थोड़ा वीक है, तो बताइए अगर मैं कहीं से गलती कर सकता हूँ. n square कॉमन ले लो.
Yeah, n square log n common.
जी?
n square log n common.
n square
प्लान छोड़ो
n square कॉमन लेना ठीक है और मैं इसी में चेकिंग करी जा रहा हूँ घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है तो मैं नीचे से भी n square कॉमन ले लूँ
एन स्क्वायर
ले लें that's fine मतलब 17 जमा 13 इसमें से आप 2 कॉमन नहीं ले सकते ले सकते ले सकते हाँ चलो it will simplify our life. See, that's why it goes away. And when you apply a limit n tends to infinity, 1 over n becomes 0. Because 1 over infinity, 1 over very large number becomes 0. And the rest of the things will become. So let's see. This will be 0. This is 1, fine. This is infinity. If n is infinity, log infinity is infinity. So constant time infinity is infinity. Infinity plus 1 is infinity. So infinity over constant. Make sense? So दोबारा से देखें फंक्शन दे गया
एन स्क्वायर लॉग एन
हाफ n square log n एक फंक्शन ये था और दूसरा फंक्शन था 33n square plus 2 समझ आ रही n square के साथ जस्ट log n अगर मल्टीप्लाई हो जाए it increases n square अगर आप n square को n square log n से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं n square log n is bad because n square के साथ भी कांस्टेंट तो नहीं ना log n multiply log n is not a constant it depends upon n make sense so you lower order terms जब इग्नोर कर रहे हो तो मल्टीप्लाई होती है टर्म्स इग्नोर ना करें वो टर्म्स नहीं होती टर्म्स ऑफ वर्ड होती है ना जो प्लस और माइनस से सेपरेट हो रही है n स्क्वायर log n ये दो टर्म्स नहीं है n स्क्वायर log n वन टर्म है वो ना आप n स्क्वायर के साथ log n लोअर ऑर्डर टर्म्स डिलीट करते नहीं कर सकते समझ आ रही
एन स्क्वायर एन लॉग एन
n स्क्वायर
स्क्वायर और एन लॉग एन
which one is bigger let's see if I apply limit वैसे तो देखने से ही पता चल रहा है n is bigger than log n लेकिन चले अब लिमिट्स में हो सकता है बड़ी इनपुट्स पे जाते हैं तो मसले कॉल हो गए सो अगर मैं लिमिट अप्लाई करूं तो दिस बिकम्स infinity over infinity you know calculus how to deal with infinity over infinity just take derivative of the numerator and derivative of the denominator इसके कई इसका मुश्किल से नाम है L'Hopital rule पढ़ा L'Hopital rule नहीं पढ़ा okay it's simple let me tell you what L'Hopital rule is अगर पढ़ा हुआ नहीं पढ़ा हुआ तो it is not something very big when you evaluate a fraction and you come up with either 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity situation then there is a rule to care for this situation the rule is you differentiate the numerator separately you differentiate the denominator separately and then again apply the limit if you again come up with the same situation keep on repeating this procedure until you get away from infinity over infinity and 0 over 0 situation and this will not change the result that's what L'Hopital said so if I differentiate the numerator and the denominator then with respect to n obviously 1 over what is this
1 by
1 over n times some constant times ln2 precisely.
Yeah.
So yes, and this becomes n
Overlap.
n over whatever. ln2 is a constant thing. This n is not. This is ln mean natural number, and that becomes infinity. That means n square is bad than n log n. N log n is good.
By the way, एल हॉस्पिटल रूल जो ये कह रहा है वो एक्चुअली ये कह रहा है कि डिफरेंशिएशन इज द चेंज रेट. तो वो ऊपर वाले की चेंज रेट निकाल रहा है, नीचे वाले की चेंज रेट निकाल रहा है और उन चेंज रेट का कंपैरिजन करते हैं.
Yes.
राइट. या
ठीक है जी. Yes. तो ये l'Hopital रूल है, अगर आपको नहीं भी पता तो बस यही है. यहाँ 0 over 0 infinity over infinity है, ऊपर भी डेरिवेटिव नीचे भी डेरिवेटिव. जब तक 0 over 0 infinity over infinity जाती है डेरिवेटिव लेते जाए. Eventually you will get rid of it. समझ आ रही? बोर तो नहीं हो रहे? बस हम कहीं पहुंच गए. वो जो कम्युनिकेशन टूल नहीं अभी हमने सीखा. अगर हमें किसी से कम्युनिकेट करना हो कैसे करना, बस वो थोड़ी देर में हम सीखेंगे इंशाल्लाह. I'm okay. Where students okay?
क्लास है ना 11-10 तक जा सकते
देख लें, स्टूडेंट से पूछते हैं if you want break. Do you need break? How many of you need break?
ठीक है.
Okay, break.
5 मिनट की ब्रेक लेते हैं प्लीज.
5 minutes. Please 5 minutes के बाद आ जाइए.